This is a Rogue Media Network production.
Welcome to the show. Today we're talking about an issue that touches thousands of Texans who have worn our nation's uniform, making sure our veterans receive the care, respect, and support they have earned. Joining us today, State Representative Pat Curry. Good to have you on the show, representing Texas House District 56 in McLennan County. And since taking office, Representative Curry has served on the House Transportation Committee and the Delivery of Government Efficiency Committee while working on issues affecting Central Texans veterans all across the state. So it's good to have you. And our two favorite veterans who have been on the show before, we've got Doc Haight and Mitchell Kronwinkler, and we've talked about all kinds of different things that affect veterans. And this is our first opportunity to talk with a lawmaker and really see how things are addressing the issues that are of concern to them. So welcome.
Good. Thank you. Honored to be here. Actually, proud to be here and proud to be here with these two guys and thank you for your service. I know you hear that a lot.
Absolutely.
And we thank you for supporting us veterans.
Yeah,
absolutely.
First off.
Truly.
So what are some of the biggest concerns you hear from veterans in District 56?
You know, obviously we hear about federal and state issues. And so the concerns that we hear are highly centered around housing issues, a lot of mental health issues, a lot of medical issues with the VA and other forms of medical needs, and which seems to be getting better at the moment, but not always. And then the struggles of dealing with the state agencies and the federal agencies as it relates to their needs. And it just never ceases to amaze me how we have programs, so many programs out there that the bureaucrats just don't handle. They don't take care of the people that we want to take care of and need to take care of.
And we're paying to take care of as taxpayers.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Yeah. What are some of these agencies that, what comes to your mind when you think about what the state is offering to support veterans?
So you have lots of veterans agencies in the state, believe it or not. I mean, you have a lot of agencies have divisions just for veterans, but, Veterans Affairs and then you also have the housing authorities and so on, which ultimately go up to a committee in the Texas House. But, all of them have commissions, all of them have executive directors and a lot of them have huge staffs that are there to help. And it really depends on the program. Health and Human Services has, multiple areas where they're involved, and a lot of it's federal money, so a lot of federal money gets funneled through the states. And so then we manage that money and adhere to the rules. And a lot of times those rules aren't real clear. So they come out of Washington and, most things that come out of Washington, most things that come out of Austin are not real clear.
Yeah.
And so it's, I will say, this may be a question that you have at some point, but I will say that a good 30 to 40% of the calls that we get are from veterans.
Really?
To help them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or maybe family members who are dealing with
Sure.
a problem
Correct.
of a veteran. Wow. So the role that the state can play in helping veterans is pretty large, even though, as you say, many of these things are from the federal government.
Yeah. So Colonel Wilson, Terry Wilson, is chairman of that committee in the House. He's a colleague of mine out of Williamson County. We've had numerous discussions about this because I would say that we do a good job on getting the word out to veterans on maybe 15 to 20% of our programs.
Really?
Like we have some really good programs, and our marketing stinks. That's, I'm from a business background. I'm a marketing guy. I mean, I know how to do marketing, and the reality is that I'm trying to put a marketing department in the state of Texas to just go find veterans that are willing to, that need help, want help, and so on, and let them know how to find us. Because our lists are horrible. We don't get lists from the federal government, so they don't let us find our own veterans in our state. And of course, it's a transient population, just like any of them.
Sure.
But more importantly, veterans are a very proud bunch, as y'all know, and they don't want to come ask for things either, right? So they don't want to ask around if they can help it, and they when they need help, they need help. And they might ask, or a family member oftentimes might be the one that asks for help for a veteran. But most veterans don't want to ask. And breaking through that barrier and finding out who they are, and then being able to let them know these things are available to you, and they're paid for, and they're here to honor you for serving our country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to ask Mitch and Doc both. What is it you would like to see the legislature address when it comes to veterans, and your own personal experience as a veteran?
Go ahead.
There's a lot of homeless. It breaks my heart. A lot of them are veterans. Among veterans, first of all, it's a mindset. We go through boot camp and we learn about integrity and discipline, the leadership traits, because they teach us how to be leaders. And then when we get out, it's hard to transition from the military mindset back to the civilian mindset. And there's so many issues out there. Like, for instance, they say we lose 22 a day. We don't lose 22 a day. The truth is, a lot of the veterans don't trust the VA because we hear things like, oh, the ones that grade the ratings are high school graduates. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because on-the-job training is just as important. However, when we hear that they get bonuses for everyone they deny, that's heartbreaking. Because first of all, as males, it's hard for us to say, hey, we could use assistance with this, help with this, because we're so used to being in the military mindset where we make do with what we got. Mm-hmm. And we suck it up, buttercup. We don't complain or anything. We move on. And then when you get barriers like that, like there's like the VA claims, there's such a delay. I have one for asthma that is in the appeal state. It's going to a higher level review judge since 17. I'm 100%, but still, because I was stationed in Hawaii and I was on 2 Westpacks, I was exposed to chemicals such as asbestos. It was on our bunks when we went into the birthing area for the night. Because I was stationed in Hawaii, 2 tours, the volcanic organic gas. That's why I have asthma. I just want them to say, like, hey, it's service connected. Even if it's 0, I just want them to take ownership. But it's Mitch's turn to talk.
Well, mine's slightly off topic of that, but like I was discussing with David earlier, we've noticed a higher population of Muslims who have started to enter the state. And it's not that, like, all the vets that I talk to are kind of like-minded when it comes to this. But we look at, and this is a legislative issue that we think something needs to be done, and it's not because of the religion, it's because we were at war with these people for 20 years, and now we've come back, we spent all that time over there, and now you have that mentality. They haven't acclimated into our culture, and they're just piling over here, and it's worrisome to a lot of us because we've seen how they have, how they enter into other countries, like the Ottoman Empire, or what's the other one? Tripoli.
Tripoli.
Yeah, I mean, you have all these other instances of this happening, and it's not something that's on the forefront of everyone's mind right now, but for a lot of the vets, it is on the back burner because we've seen this happen. And I believe Governor Abbott has talked about this once or twice, but it's just been one off to, in my opinion, to subdue the population, not the veterans' safety. And I was kind of hoping that we could get some clarification.
Yeah.
So it
what,
becomes
what the House would
another.
do.
It
So it's
becomes
not-
another PTSD trigger. Then.
So it's not that we have a problem with Muslims per se. It's the ones that are coming over with a slight vet. I mean, you have a little bit of, of gateway protection. They're here, and then you start to see them act the exact same way they did over there.
Well, I can see how that could be a trigger for
Yeah.
PTSD. I know there have been some issues that the governor has addressed when it comes to.
Well, I mean, Plano, I think, is the one
yeah,
that's
right,
on a lot
right.
of people's
North
minds.
Texas,
So
some of
that's-
these large
that's-
communities.
So that's Epic City. So let me back up just a little bit, just so you know, it's not just on veterans' minds; it's on a lot of people's minds, including our own. And the reality is that when you hear ban Sharia law and no Sharia law, I mean, the Sharia is a radical Muslim law that we will never allow in Texas or in the U.S. Honestly, that would have to be a constitutional amendment to change that. And that's not that's not.
Well, they
gonna
were
happen.
trying to take magistrate courts over.
Well, so what they tried to do, what they tried to do, Epic City's a good example. What they tried to do was come in and say, we're going to shift around the rules, form an entity that you then buy into the entity. And if you buy into the entity, then you're signing up for their rules and their law. And they actually tried to use some water law. They tried to use some magistrate law. They tried to use lots of different things to try to sneak around the law. And we buttoned it up in the last session, and Abbott signed the law. But there could be, there's probably going to be more of those. You had the same thing with Colony Ridge, not Muslim, different deal down by Houston, very similar type arrangement where they were trying to get around and skirt around laws. And by the way, most people do this. They see a law that they don't like, so they try to skirt around it. I want to clarify something though. One of the biggest things with this whole Muslim piece is, and it's not just Muslims, it's an education issue too. Right. So the reality is that we don't have immigration in Texas. That's a federal government thing. We don't issue H-1B visas. Right. We can't, federal law preempts our law. So for H-1B visas and things like that, that's how many do they let in? I personally think that H-1Bs should only be used in instances where you cannot find someone in this country that's that good. And I think one of the defining moments in it should be you have to pay them $1 million or more a year. It's got to be that important of a job for you to get an H-1B.
I mean, Frisco's really
make it
abusing
very
that
rare.
policy right now.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
But that way, $1 million a year job right now is extremely rare. So consequently, I think that that's my personal opinion. But the reality is that as a state, we don't get to decide who comes and who doesn't, right? At all. So you can move here, you can move away. I mean, that's evidenced by the number of people that are coming here from California and New York and New Jersey and all over the place. Chicago, moving here.
Mm-hmm.
And
So that's not the problem I have. The problem that I think we're concerned about is ensuring that legislation is put in process so that we don't see England happen over here.
so
Right.
which we totally agree with. And England is a country.
Correct.
That's
Not
in-
saying that. I'm just saying that is the blueprint that they like to use.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I mean, I've been to London and seen the mess, and I can just tell you, we don't want that. And when you get some of these communities like you're speaking about, some of these local communities, I will tell you that we do have a caucus in the Texas House now to pay a lot of attention to these types of things and make sure that all the members are notified, because it really doesn't matter which side of the aisle you're on. You want to protect the culture of your state. You want to protect the culture of your community. And that's what we will continue to do. Now, do some of them slip through? Absolutely they do. And when they do, we're going to find them and we're going to kill them. And just no matter how many times they want to do it. So those are easy laws to pass once we know what to pass.
Before this gets completely clipped out of context, I just want it to be known that if it was any other radical group that is growing the same way, I feel that we would also feel the exact same way. It's just the radicalization of that particular group that or subgroup in that religion. So like the Westboro Baptist Church, I don't think a lot of people really care for them too much. The Antifa guys, I don't think a lot of people care for them too much. But right now, we're just the veterans who went to OIF, OEF, see what was over there,
Right.
and see them replicating those values here.
So we hear you, brother. And I tell you one thing, it is top of our list, and it will stay top of our list.
I just think the marketing on it is just not, I mean, out of all the political topics that are at hand, it's not really discussed enough. Because I think a lot of us are worried about it, and you just hear,
Come spend a week on the road with me.
You're hearing about it.
yeah, but I'm looking at it from
Do it right.
from not
Yeah, do it
being
right.
It's disgusting.
baptized in politics as you are.
Yeah, correct.
So if
You're not hearing about it as much on newscasts and TV stuff. You're seeing it on social media more than anything.
Yeah.
And the reality is the news is really not chasing this as much as they should.
I'm very much online. Politics is something I follow very closely. This is not something.
But you're saying the news. I mean, the truth be told is that we hear it a lot from constituents. I mean, at every level.
So people are aware.
Absolutely, they're
Yeah.
aware now, and it's now it's gotten enough voice behind it to become a regular conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a conversation in just about everywhere I go right now. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter where I am.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I will tell you though, don't stop your voice. You've got a voice in this, and you should use it. And people like you help us a lot
Yeah.
with those kind of ideas and thoughts and keeping things top of mind for us.
Well, I think this is just a conversation will definitely help other people who aren't, listening to it as much, or if they can't get. I mean, I'll spread it. I mean, that's the whole reason I brought it up. I'm
No,
not
I
afraid
think
to
it's
talk
a
about it.
valid point, because our culture, the Western civilization, basically is under attack. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I know I'm a broadcast journalist, but I do have an opinion.
It is.
It is.
By the way, it is.
And it's got my name on the show. We want to take a break, though, and need to take a break. I want to tell you that today's show is brought to you by Universal Windows. You can transform your home with our premium window, door, and siding installation services. Universal Windows Direct, Central Texas, makes upgrading your home simple and stress-free. Call Universal Windows Direct, Central Texas today. They are located in Woodway. There's more.
We're celebrating the Declaration of Deals at Ellen Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $13,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $13,000 off a new Ram 2500 Laramie Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Ellen Samuels.
Come by. It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Providence. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to centraltexascattlebaronsball.org.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
For You Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. For You Health. Visit foryouhealth.com today.
All right. Texas Kind of Way by Cody Johnson. It's like one of my favorite songs of all time. Colorado's too cold. Snow gets the best of me. Just laying there beside the fireplace. Looks like where you ought to be. And Oklahoma's too red with American history. Kinda funny how it reminds me of all those books you used to read. And if I stay too much longer, I might really go insane. 'Cause no matter where I go, I'll just be missing you in a Texas kind of way. And I keep seeing you in Houston, down in Matagorda Bay, up on 6th Street in Austin, at the rodeo in Santa Fe. Might as well just lock me up in Huntsville if your memory's here to stay. 'Cause no matter where I go, I'll just be missing you in a Texas kind of way. New York's got all them lights. It's the city that never sleeps. Detroit could sure build me a fast car, try and outrun your memory. Montana skies go on for miles, like the love you said you had for me. And if I keep writing all these sad songs, might as well just be in Tennessee. And I keep seeing you in Houston, down in Matagorda Bay, up on 6th Street in Austin, at the rodeo in Santa Fe. Might as well just lock me up in Huntsville if your memory's here to stay. 'Cause no matter where I go, I'll just be missing you in a Texas kind of way. Yeah, no matter where I go, I'll just be missing you in a Texas kind of way.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Provident. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to centraltexascattlebaronsball.org.
For anyone that's in the car buying mode or looking for a car right now or a truck, I would definitely come by Allen Samuels, get to know the people here like I have, how well I'm taking care of the dealership and how well, service and any kind of warranty issues or those sort of things. Because of the way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. I said I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
If I had somebody that was looking for a car, I would definitely recommend Allen Samuels. The trust that I have, the care that they take, they genuinely want to take care of you. They really ask for your feedback when you go to the support department to make sure they're taking care of you in every way possible. So I really appreciate that they listen to your feedback.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
For anyone that's in the car buying mode or looking for a car right now or a truck, I would definitely come by Alan Samuels, get to know the people here like I have, how well I'm taking care of the dealership and how well, service and any kind of warranty issues or those sort of things. Because the way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. And so I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
Welcome back to the show. We are here with Representative Pat Curry, our friend David Haight, and welcoming to this segment of the show, Jon Alldredge, who is a Marine veteran, recently out of the Marines. So a recent veteran. How recent, John?
April 15th, 2025. That's my exact date.
Okay, very good. And where were you stationed? What did you do?
I was stationed in Okinawa, Japan, and in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina.
All right. Well, and of course, Doc, Navy veteran. We are here talking about things that are of concern to them as veterans, and Pat's here to talk about how the state is helping to address these issues. We talked earlier about the many things that are available for veterans, but many of them don't know.
Correct.
What is?
Well, and our job, one of the biggest parts of our job, and it's probably 70% of our job, is dealing with direct constituent issues, whether it's state or federal agencies. So we're not afraid to pick up the phone, call Washington, call our congressman, get his office active on something, follow up with them. No matter what it is that you're looking for as a veteran or as a constituent, don't ever hesitate to call your state rep. Don't ever hesitate to call our office. And our number's public. It's easy to find. Our office is local right here. You can come see us. But most importantly, our job is to help you navigate through whatever the holdups are. And we have everything from multi-billion-dollar businesses that we're trying to help fix problems that are stupid, and all the way to finding an application for a veteran for housing. I mean, it's and workforce development, or every once in a while just picking up the phone and calling TSTC and saying, hey, this guy needs to get in, and he can't even get somebody to call him back. And TSTC is great about it. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But as well as I do, humans are still humans, and they
Yes,
forget things and they don't do things.
Mm-hmm.
And when we call, they answer every time, and it could be a driver's license appointment. It doesn't matter. We take care of all the above, and we're proud to do it.
Very good. Well, John, what have been some of your concerns as a recent veteran coming out of active duty, just adjusting to civilian life?
Definitely the pace when it comes to getting out was something that was quite a shock to me. I didn't think it was going to be moving that fast, going somewhere well regulated. You know, you're on a schedule all the time to like, oh well, it's your ball now. You figure it out.
Yeah.
And like with what you were saying about letting people know about the programs that are out there, I wasn't really informed too well on all those programs that were out there. Of course, your average, you know, using your Hazelwood Act or your VRNE, that sort of thing. But a lot of the programs like in-person counseling, that sort of thing, that wasn't told to me. I had to learn from my family member that that was an option, and you have to go to somewhere else that's not necessarily the VA to do that.
That brings up an interesting point that, and I'm going to get my office working on this. I know that a lot of reps try to do this the best we can, but we should have, and we talked about this from a marketing perspective, we should have a one-stop shop that says, if you're a veteran, go here. Here are all the programs, right? And here's how you can go see what's available in these different categories. And I don't know, I know that we do have some things like that, but I don't know how, if you don't know where they are and you're fresh out, you've been out a year now, a little over a year, you should have been that should have been identified to you long ago. So I think again, I got into this to try to move the needle and make our lives better and make your life better. And I have learned so many things from my constituents just in the short time that I've been in.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we try to move the needle on all of them. So that's a good point, and we're certainly here to help. And we will we're going to get that list formed though and make sure it's right. And then we got to figure out a way to make sure and get it out there and market it to the veterans. You should have been contacted by a person in this district. You should have been contacted as quickly as possible. And you know, part of that is a problem with the federal government where they're not telling us that you're out. They're not telling us that you're here. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't get that information. So it's you know, there's HIPAA things that you have to deal with,
right.
and there's lots of those. So you got to be careful who gets that information as well. And I understand that.
Mm-hmm. I know, Doc, you're concerned about mental health issues affecting veterans and lead support groups and so forth. The Veterans One Stop, which is again a wonderful place for folks. I know you're familiar with that.
Yeah.
What is it you're hoping that the state legislature could do to in that area, or is there anything on the state level?
I like what Pat said. Better communication, easier access, like a veteran portal where you can find everything.
Mm-hmm.
You press on VA benefits, you press on PTSD support groups, you press on how to file for a disability claim 101. You know, everything a veteran needs to know. Now, I know I got out from the reserves in 2006, and I didn't know until 2012 that as a veteran, and I was living in Hawaii, that I could go to Tripler Army Medical Center because they, you know, for VA benefits. When they separate you, they don't tell you anything. It's like the adult learner concept. You got to find out all this stuff on your own.
That's really what John was saying. You're kind of on your own.
Yep.
There's got to be a better transition, separation, conference of like, hey, you're transitioning from being 20 years active duty, 4 years active duty, from one mindset back into the civilian mindset. These are your available resources to help you. It's like you got to do a scavenger hunt and find it out yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it goes so far because it touches so many people, your family, right? I mean, whether it's your immediate family or your spouse and children, whatever the case may be, you know, the having the availability to know that there's help for that.
Yes.
You know, there's help throughout these programs, and the state has plenty of programs. The federal government has lots of programs, and they don't talk to each other very well.
No.
And nor are we talking to you like we should be. And so consequently, I think trying to move the needle on this is starting with education, starting with availability, making it simple, and then also saying, look, you can go down to a local office here about a job and say, you know what, we should be able to help you with housing, job, all these different things. And instead of just pointing you to, well, there's a VA down the road, and over here is a bar that a lot of veterans go to.
Something more specific, like,
Yeah.
hey, did you know that if you apply for a veteran job on usajobs.gov, that you have a 10-point preference? I never knew that.
Yeah, and by the way, as a business owner, you have a preference anyway with us. I can just tell you, we try to seek out individuals that are coming out of the military the best we can, and it's hard, right? Because number one, you don't want anybody to know you're here. You don't want to be a number to anybody else, and so it's a difficult equation too. But it's hard to find. They're not easy to find. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Can you share an example? Maybe have you heard of a veteran who's been helped through, someone who's called you? And
Yeah, without violating anything, I would say, again, it seems like, we have very specific examples, especially when it comes to housing, because we've got the ability to go through the housing department, both in Texas and in on the federal side, and say, hey, wait a minute, this guy checks every box, and yet he's been 6 months trying to find a place. I think Doc was brought up earlier, the homeless problem, and part of the homeless problem is guys get out and they really, okay, now what do I do? And where do I live? And maybe they have a family member, maybe they don't, or a friend from the past, and they go try to deal with that, but they're dealing with their own demons and issues, and not getting any direction on where to go. So, but the most recent example was a lot of them have been housing. And housing affordability is a major problem right now, right? And it's even worse when you're coming out of the military and
I got to live with a roommate.
Yeah, you couldn't afford your own place, and so consequently, that should be our job, is to help you through that process, and we want to. We're so proud that you served, and we're and honored by the fact that you went to keep us free, and so we believe. I don't know of anybody whose heart is not there to help. It's just a function of how.
Yeah. So someone, is in a quandary. Where do you help a veteran? How do you help? Where do they go? Where do you start? How do you start?
Well,
I know you've said call
us.
your office for sure. And call Pete Sessions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's got a whole local staff here too, and that's what they're there for. And I can tell you, they're very responsive. And once again, we're very fortunate that we have responsive people in our district. And you can call David Cooks, and he'll be the senator coming up, I assume. And I will tell you that, again, his office will respond to you. His staff is great, and that's our job. So no matter which one of us you call, and if we need all of our help together, we pick up the phone and call each other and say, hey, I can't tell you how many times I picked up the phone and called Pete and Saturday morning, say, hey, bud, we got a problem with this. I need your help. And he writes it down, and he says, send me this information and copy this person. And by Monday, that thing's solved. Those are the kinds of things that we can do.
Now, I think one of the barriers is a lot of times veterans feel more comfortable around veterans because we don't want to, we want to be comfortable. And I know sometimes we're comfortable around other veterans. So I've had veterans come up to me and I've helped them because, like, hey, you're a veteran, I'm a veteran. I'd rather talk with you than a civilian, which it's not a bad thing.
Doc, I have a solution for that. I think if you just come and volunteer on my campaign, and come out with me, you're going to learn to talk to a lot of people that don't want to talk to you and that you don't want to be around. And you're going to get so comfortable with it that you just can't. You won't know what to do. I'll take every veteran you'll bring me, and then just go out with me.
Hey, that's a wonderful idea. So this one veteran just recently reached out to me. He's on the spectrum, and he was like, Doc, no one wants to hire me. I said, well, and I quote scripture, you're wonderfully and fearlessly made. Yes, you just got to keep trying. And he just came to Waco. He just has his car. He's doing Uber just to be able to afford a motel room. And he's been going to the Veteran One Stop, and he's, talked with the social worker, and I'm working with him, and I feel like it's an honor when another veteran comes to you and asks for help, because like if I needed help, Mitch would be the first person I'd go to, because I admire him. He's very transparent. He's not afraid to, address the issues. But I just wanted to add that sometimes veterans, it's not that we don't like civilians. We're just so used to being in the military mindset that that's our comfortability level.
It's a trust thing too.
It's a trust thing.
Because you have to trust these people. These are your brothers and sisters. You have to trust them with your life.
Right.
And that they trust you with theirs.
Yes.
Well, not saying civilians wouldn't do the same thing. I wouldn't say that at all. I've seen people go above and beyond the call of duty in every aspect of life. But with another veteran, it's just it's like that. It's
The
real
bond,
quick. The
the
bond. That's what it
brotherhood,
is.
The sisterhood.
Mm-hmm.
How do you all think that churches and civic groups and businesses and neighbors can help on this issue with regards to veterans? Are they doing a good job? I mean, what are your thoughts?
One of the churches I go to, Victorious Life Church, they always honor the veterans on Veterans Day.
Oh, yeah.
And they're very good about that. But we also have like a veteran presence where we're there for each other and other members of the church. I think most churches do a pretty good job at honoring their vets and also calling on the veterans to, lead groups and, lead fundraisers and stuff, because they know that we've had that experience before. What do you think, John?
I mean, I've had a great time when it comes to churches and community centers, helping me out, either giving me information, providing me with places to go, that sort of thing. I've had a great time with it so far. Mm-hmm. Although with a lot of the times with community centers, maybe it's just the way that I take what they say to me, but it doesn't really seem like they all care too much that I was a veteran. They're like, thank you for your service, but hey, everybody got bills to pay. Yeah. Everyone has problems, You're never going to get rid of those problems. That's always going to be a thing.
That's life.
That's life, exactly. Yeah. And sometimes some people's bad days make other people kind of go a different route. Where it's like, maybe I don't want to go to this community center anymore. Or maybe this church isn't really what I thought it was going to be, if that kind of clarifies that up.
I think businesses need to do a better job, personally. I mean, I know a lot of businessmen and women in this town and all over the country, actually. And we all say the same things, and we all support. We certainly support our veterans, and we're proud of what you've done for us and honored by it. But then does that get down to our HR departments? Does that get down to our hiring supervisors? Do we have programs to seek you out? I brought up one of a big company that just built a plant here. It's called Graphic Packaging, and their priority was hiring veterans. So I hooked them up with Fort Hood, and I took them down there, got them involved with the Warrior Museum, and got them involved with the generals down there to say, hey, we want to connect. And they did. And again, but they actively have a program to do that. It's few and far between, unfortunately, right now, where we're seeing businesses do that. So that gets me thinking again. So I'm so glad to be here, honestly. I'm learning so much. But that gets me thinking in terms of, okay, what can we do with the Waco Business League? What can we do with the Greater Waco Chamber of Commerce? What can we do to do what some of the churches are actually fulfilling? And there are some community services that are out there, but I think we can do more. And it's never enough, but I think we need to really work on that. So that just hit one of the top agenda items for me.
There are some agencies that I want to give a shout out to that are doing a wonderful job in Waco. Caritas and the Salvation Army, they get grants in February for rehousing and helping you with your utilities and everything.
Right.
But I agree with you, Pat. We all can do better.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, Veterans One Stop and other groups like that need to help from our standpoint, help bring people to us. we've got to build that trust factor. And the only way you're going to build it is to perform. You've got to ask the questions. I've got to be able to answer them. And the minute I do, you're going to go tell somebody. If you don't tell somebody, shame on you.
Right.
But you've got to ask the question too. And you got to tell us, I need this, I could use help with this. And I'm going to say, well, I can help you with this. I can't help you with that, but I'll try, and so on and so forth. But y'all got to give us a chance to make sure that we have the opportunity to build that trust.
The only thing I would like to see the VA have a homeless shelter. I know they have Freedom Path, small apartments and stuff. I hope someday Veteran One Stop will be in a different building, a bigger building where they can offer temporary overnight assistance to veterans, because,
let's go back and start with
do
nursing
better.
as well. I mean, nursing facilities for veterans. I mean, we're so short on beds for veterans and support mechanisms for veterans when it comes to the brick and mortar side of this. I mean, that's what I had a good friend here. Unfortunately, he passed away. That he worked all the time on this, and God love him. He built veterans support housing, and he actually just redeveloped the one at the VA here. And again, y'all don't know about it, but the whole goal of all of this should be to hear what the needs are, and then be able to go say, okay, what is the path?
Yep.
We have a 50-year water plan. Has it been highly successful? Not as much as we'd like, but do we have a 50-year plan for veterans in the state of Texas? Do we have a 20-year plan? And where are we on that plan? And, I think we tend to, I have a whole list of things that need to be worked on in the state government for veterans and so on and so forth, a few things that we've been able to get done. But the reality is that I don't know of any of these that are in a master plan. And that's one thing you came from, right? In the military, they have a plan.
Oh, yes.
And I've got
Very
a lot
orchestrated
of
plan.
yeah, and it's a process, procedure.
Implementation.
Yeah. And so consequently, I think that we need more of that too. And those are items that it's easy to sit here and say we need them. It's a lot harder to go get it done. But I will say that you can certainly count on me to try.
Yeah. In so many ways, I feel like we've just scratched the surface.
Yeah.
In this so important issue, because November, we're always talking about veterans. We love our veterans, but I think, and I thank Doc so much for helping bring folks to the show throughout the year to keep our eyes focused on the needs of, again, the brave men and women who fight to make sure we have the freedoms
Correct.
to live here in this great Western civilization.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you,
My
Doc
pleasure.
and John and Representative Curry.
you.
And this is kind of to be continued is how I feel about this conversation.
Oh,
But
man.
let's
There's
leave
more
it-
to come.
Leave it here at this point. Stay with us, though. There is more of the show ahead.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Provident. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to centraltexascattlebaronsball.org.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
It's our declaration of deals, and savings are moving fast at Allen Samuels Jeep in Waco. Get a 2026 Jeep Wrangler Sport for just $32,990. Or take $10,000 off a 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit. Or qualified buyers can get 0% APR for 36 months and no payments for 90 days. Don't stand still. Drive today. Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
Apollo Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress, that helps you calm down and feel better. You sleep better, and you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
I had a panic moment running my hands through my hair, and that's when I found Keeps. Keeps gave me the results that I was really looking for.
I definitely felt a lot more confident once I saw my hair coming back.
Keeps has given me the control of my hair back.
Get your first month free at Keeps.com.
It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro.
This is a Rogue Media Network production.